I'm sitting here wondering, what in the world have I done wrong?
So, I'm a professor at Lehigh University. My background is electrical engineering, by the way, as well. And we do have around 90 or so brokers and agents in Lehigh Valley. Everybody wants to know how the market's doing. We always go through a real estate cycle. I've been through 3 of them. You never know exactly where we are in the cycle, but at the moment, I think we're in phase 3, increasing vacancies leading to new construction. I don't think we're anywhere near a recession just yet. I know a lot of the marketplace, a lot of the press is saying how bad things are. I always try and caution people by saying I'm not an accountant, I'm not an attorney, so you have to get advice from the best. But if you've seen some of the news over the last 2 weeks, they're talking about how the real estate market just took a nosedive. In fact, they quoted me in the morning call the other day, and they listed it as housing sales in Lehigh Valley were dismal in December. They were down 17.4%. But as a year, it wasn't bad. And we were dealing with the fact that interest rates are rising, some other things are happening in the Lehigh Valley. If you look at the country, all the charts that you're seeing online right now show that things are bottoming out. We're in bad shape. Things are terrible. But they're only going back a year and a half, 2 years in these charts. If you look at it over time, it's continuing to rise. And yes, there are blips along the way, but it's not anything we should worry about. These are existing home sales. Wobbly stock market, again, it looks bad in some cases, but it's really been going up over the last decade quite well. Renters, a lot of you are looking at investing in real estate. We still have a very low percentage of Americans that own houses. We're down to about 64.3% from a high of almost 70%. And there's a lot of people coming into the marketplace. I think renting is going to be a great source of income over the next decade. We've got job additions that were great for last straight 8 years, unemployment rate of 3.7%, record high job openings. There are a lot of things happening in the economy that are wonderful. Nationally existing home sales still have not got to the level of 2005 and 2006. We talk about a bubble in the market, but honestly, we just finally passed the average sales price of 12 years ago. So we've got some time yet. We've got some movement in the marketplace. It's a great time to invest. And as I said, home ownership rates are settling to a new historic norm. And part of that has to do with the fact that so many millennials have chosen to rent over buy. And I'll explain that real quickly. State of Lehigh Valley market, closed sales were down just a hair in 2018, but part of it is because there wasn't a whole lot of inventory in the marketplace. And if you look at closed sales per month, again, Lehigh Valley sales, we've got a higher population now than we did 10 years ago. And despite that, we're not even coming close to the sales volume we did 12 years ago. So again, I don't believe we're at the top of the market. Average sales price continues to rise. We outpaced finally the 2006 numbers, and they've been growing consistently for the last 6 years. And our historic average sales price per month, we're just about where the top is, but it should be continuing to grow. And what it means to investing is we've got a U.S. population growing at record pace, and it's going to continue to grow at record pace. And part of that has to do with immigrants coming into the marketplace. There's a lot of immigration. This is over 1820 to 2010. There was a lull for most of it. Now we have a spike that's bigger than anything we've ever seen. And all of those people need houses. And at the same time, seniors are living longer. And because they're living longer, they need houses. They're enjoying themselves, going out having fun. But there's need for more housing stock. There's not a lot being built, which is one of the things that's driving up rental rates, and I think will continue to drive up rental rates. And seniors living longer means 2 things. First, the number of people living in the United States is growing, requiring more houses. And second, there's an impact on Social Security. Because when Social Security was created in the 60s, years ago, people were living in the 60s. I am a professor, so I found the technical economic term for what's happening with Social Security, and the technical economic term is screwed. That's pretty much what we are. So anyway, and population growth and births is growing as well. So there are a lot of people in the United States, and it's growing at a record pace, and because of that, there's going to be more housing needed. The other thing that's happening is, if you can see the Gen X, Gen Y, that population is enormous. We talk about the baby boomers, but frankly, this population is larger. And as it comes into the marketplace, many of them have decided to rent rather than buy. And part of that is because they're carrying student debt, part of it is because they're postponing families, and part of it is because they're spending money on experiences. But a lot of it also has to do with the fact that they like the idea that there are budgeted payments. They don't have to go out and find They don't have to have a down payment. They've got mobility. A lot of the gateway cities are attracting young people these days because they want to be able to job hop, which is something we didn't used to do in my day. I'm getting old, I guess. So they want that mobility, and a house ties them down somewhat. So for those of you who are investors, it might be a great opportunity. Things look like they're going to continue to take off. And we're hitting a rental vacancy stabilization rate, which is very low, which is wonderful. Works great for the economy and for us. And my 2019 predictions for what's happening, is it a good or bad time to invest? In order to figure this out, I talked to a psychic, and then I tried using the force. I didn't shake up a matching 8-ball, and then, of course, I went to the person who knows everything, Chuck Norris. And I believe that we're going to see continued increases in home prices. I think even with rising interest rates, the economy is going to pick up for home sales, but at the same time, it's going to keep some of those buyers out of the marketplace, which will lead to more renters in the marketplace. And one other quick note on homeownership or on rental. When you're buying investment properties, remember, so many of us look at cap rate, we look at that snapshot in time as to what you're making right now. But the reality is you don't make money right now, you make it over the holding period. When you're paying down your debt, you're building equity in that property, it's appreciating in income. At the same time, even if the income goes up 3% a year and the expenses go up 3% a year, that spread gets bigger and bigger and bigger, which makes the property more valuable in the long run when you sell it. So you have to look at your real return. So that's my quickie look at the market. I won't bore you with anything else here. And if you have any questions, I'll be around. Thanks.
All right, guys, that's it. Thank you for being here.